What's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of the Quickfire Comic Talk. I'm your host, Garrett Anderson, and today we're going to be getting back to basics. So, when I was a young wee lad in the mid-90s and I started collecting comics, I had no idea what I was doing. Pretty soon I had comic books stacked everywhere, all getting messed up, laying around, my cat was walking on them. It was a bad scene. And in result of that, actually, some of my first comics that I still have are kind of a little bit damaged. And so I thought it would be kind of fun and interesting to share how I choose to preserve my comics and how I choose to store my comics. So for most of the, the vets in the, the group here, we all know how to store our comic books. We know how to take care of them. And but some people don't. And back when I was, younger, they didn't have the internet. So I literally had to go seek out other people. I was a freaking Padawan in the comic book world, right? And just teach me everything you know. And so I thought it would be fun just to bring it back to basics and show you guys how I choose to do that. So yesterday, as some people saw in the group, I scored a massive collection of comics. I went to an estate sale. The lady had a box. I mean like a box. I have it right here. Just full of comics. And, they're not preserved. They were just loose straight in here, and I'm lucky because with this could have easily gotten destroyed if this barn they had them stored in leaked or whatever. There could have been some serious massive molding that happened, and then I wouldn't have the thing number 11 in my stash. So how we preserve this stuff is called boarding and bagging, right? It's a board, it's a bag. Seems kind of straightforward, right? But some people don't know what to order because online can be a scary place and there's a bunch of different stuff to choose from. First of all, I choose to go with the Ultra Pro. I don't work for them. I have no affiliation with them. It's just always the boards and bags that I've chosen to use. And they seem to work great. But I've seen other them sold by BCW is a group, I believe. And so whoever you decide to go with is fine. Ultra Pro is just my jam. So how this works is you get a board. Pretty self-explanatory, right? It's a cardboard board. You got to put it on the back of the comic. This is going to stabilize the comic. It's going to allow it to have a little bit more strength. And then you get the bag. And you'll notice that one side's longer than the other. You want to make sure the longer side is on the cover side. You just go ahead and you slip that right on in here. Seems pretty easy enough, right? But this is just, like I said, getting back to basics. Boarding and bagging is probably the most time-consuming thing that you can do with your comics. Of course, we all just want to be reading comics all the time, but you know what? You got to take care of your shit. Straight up. If you don't take care of your shit, you're doing it wrong. So here's where I see a lot of other people mess up a little bit, and I don't know why people choose to do this, but some people put tape on both sides. I don't like you if you do that. No, I like you if you do that. You're just doing it wrong. And the reason why you're doing it wrong is because now for one, you're putting the tape straight down. So when you go to open the back, when you go to read it, the tape always rips. That's just silly. So what I recommend doing, Scotch tape, comic book guy's best friend, I put it at an angle. So I choose to close the flap back right, and then right in the center, go at an angle. That way, when you go to open it, it just comes back open, shut it, come back open. It's just easier that way. It's not like you need to reinforce the thing down with hella tape. Just one piece of tape, add an angle, gets the job done. That's the simplicity of boarding and bagging. It's kind of a duh. I kind of go one step further. When I want to organize my comics, I've chosen to go in the way of the white box. There are many different ways you can store your comics. I've seen some people use legal-size filing cabinets. I've seen some people actually build wooden pieces of furniture. I've seen people get crazy. I chose to go the way of what's called the long white box. This is a BCW long box. This is actually the shorter of the two that are out there. There are these, which store about 150 to 170 comics in each box. I've seen some that store up to 300. I choose to go this way because if you've ever had to move in your lifetime, you'll know moving comics sucks, especially if you have a shitload of them. I mean, they get heavy, you're tired, you're going to throw out your back, get a hernia. Nobody wants all that. So I recommend the shorter boxes from BCW. They have nice little lids. They seem to work well. I've never had to replace any of them. They just work like champions. And they're not expensive. You can probably get these a stack of 5 for $10, $15. And once you have all your comics boarded, bags, you got your boxes ready, I choose to go even one extra step and use a label maker. I use this label maker from P-Touch, it's called. I like label makers because I also use dividers. I'm not trying to be digging around in a box to find the thing 11 for 15 minutes. I want to know where the thing's located at all time. The thing meaning the comic book character, the thing. That might be confusing. But anyway, so what I do is I'll grab a divider and I make a label. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make the thing. I already have the thing, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to do this. So what you'll notice is, now that I've typed out the thing, the sticker is going to be popping out on the side. You can get these P-Touch label makers online for about $20, $25. The replacement paper is really inexpensive as well. It has a built-in cutter, so once the sticker and label has been made, it just cuts right off. And you'll see, now all of a sudden, you have the thing! And what's awesome about these is they have adhesive, but residue-leaving stickiness on the back of them. So if you have to replace them after a while, you can. Normally what I would do is I would actually cut off the sides, but my scissors are over there and I'm not going to reach for them. But anyway, you would trim it on the sides, and now you'll have the thing. So that way, you can get all your characters, or if you want to organize it by publisher, that's cool too, whatever you want to do, right? I usually go alphabetic by my characters, right? So, Avengers, Batman, Catwoman, And then when you're done with all that, your result is actually pretty awesome. What you end up getting is this cool, organized, hold this at an angle because it's heavy, box. And so you'll see, I have all my guys all organized, so when I'm flipping through my comics, they're all ready to go. The only one other thing I can say about organizing your comics and storing them, I found this really cool piece of furniture, and so I ended up buying like 3 of them, so they're kind of all the way wrapping around my room, and that's these cool dividers. I actually have them behind me. So these dividers, they're called room dividers, and they're made by Bayside, and they have 8 cubbies, and they happen to fit those short long boxes by DCW like perfectly. So I can literally fit 8 boxes in each. So, I mean, I just got tons of white boxes laying around, but it makes the room look nice, it's organized, and they're inexpensive. They're about $125, $130 for the piece of furniture. Super easy to build, right? I've seen them at IKEA, I got mine at Costco, and you can also buy them online. So that pretty much wraps it up. And so this isn't the necessarily right way to do it, but I highly recommend trying to take care of your shit. If you do have your comics like laying around on the ground, bro, one day I'm going to be like 80 or 90 years old still looking for comics, and I'm going to be pissed because I'm going to go to a yard sale and I'm going to find your comics, and then I'm going to have to board and bag them. I don't want to do that. I want to be reading comics. But that's it. So that was episode 1. I am really happy that I got this done because I think it's something I really want to do, and so keep a lookout for future episodes in the future. That's it for a Quickfire Comic Talk. I'm Garrett Anderson. I'll see you guys next time. Please subscribe. Please follow. I'm out.